Hey guys, what's up? So I'm currently building, fixing things, doing a security audit right now for the ArcPaw app, and I wanted to take the time to talk about AI a little bit while Claude is doing its thing. One of the things that I really enjoy, at least from my perspective, is that I'm learning so much. And the best teacher right now is actually Claude. And I'm going to tell you how I get Claude to teach me in the best way that works for me. So it's going to look slightly different for everyone, but for me this is what works, and this is what I've been really enjoying in the last, 14, 16 months of building this app. And I'm going to give you a quick prompt on how you can get Claude to really help you out with this. Now, if you're the type of person that's building something or coding something using Claude and really just wanted to do its task and just don't care about learning or anything like that, that's cool too. This isn't a video for you. This is for those who are like me, who are not software engineers, not developers, not coders, but are willing to learn and trying to get better. Me personally, my goal is to really know as much as I possibly can about my app from a technical perspective, so that when things break, when there's bugs or anything like that, I can debug fast and I can be efficient and effective at it as well. So let me show you, or let me tell you exactly how I do with Claude. Okay, so I use two windows. I use Claude Code with my VS Studio to do the coding work, and I have the web application right here for Claude, and I'm using Opus 4.8 right now to help me with the back and forth between the two. Now, there's a reason behind that. The reason, like I said, is about learning. What I'm using, and this is a problem I'm actually telling Claude to do, because when I started building with Claude, I was finding that Claude was outputting a lot of information that was very complicated, and I'm just not there. Like, I'm not a developer, like I said, right? And I'm not a software engineer. And for me, so when I read that, I'm just lost and I don't understand anything. So some of the prompts, this is actually the prompt, not some, but like this is the actual prompt that I use. I give it context. I give Claude context in a new chat. I tell Claude exactly who I am and my learning capacity, my level of understanding technical talk, and how it can output information, basically the why it's doing what it's doing in order to make my app work. So context, let's start with that. I tell Claude, hey Claude, I am not a software engineer, I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder, my experience is basically nil. So when you output the why you chose to go with this choice or this type of coding, or whatever the output you're choosing to do, can you break it down in a way that is digestible and easy for me to understand, because I would like to learn from you. And that prompt right there, when you put it at the very beginning of your new task that you're doing in your new chat, sets a tone for Claude to be like, okay, this guy doesn't have this background, doesn't have this technical knowledge, and this is how I'm going to output the information. For me, that's been amazing. I've been learning so much, because now I get to understand, okay, hey, if we're doing this action, should I be thinking about this, right? And if we're doing this, what are the consequences? Or I can even push back sometimes and be like, hey, Claude, you're asking me to do this. I don't understand why you're asking me to do this. Can you break it down to me why this is a great idea or a good idea versus something else? Or sometimes you don't even put the verses. Just put like, why is this a good idea? And then it pushes back on Claude to dive. And you know what? It works, because there are times where Claude's like, hey, you know what? You're spot on. You're right. I should have thought about this. Let's look at this again and reevaluate the, the specific prompt for Claude Code, right? That way, it creates an environment for the both of you to be very collaborative on the way you work, and allows you, who's maybe like me doing a hobby thing, to get the opportunity to learn. Now, if you're in a work environment, this is even better, because then you get to learn at a much faster pace as well. So hopefully that was helpful to you. That's it for me today. I'll see you later.